All right, guys. So once again, we have to talk about Lia Thomas and Iszac Henig, who are a pair of transgender swimmers that are dominating their respective sports at the college level, right? Swimming. Okay. Now, I think this is probably gonna be one of the last times I talk about this story because, quite honestly, guys, I'm really tired of talking about it for a very specific reason. Okay, and I'm gonna talk about that later. But first, I want to read about what's going on here and show you guys video of Lia Thomas dominating. Okay, and then go from there. But trust me, I'm not gonna read too much. I just want you guys to understand the gist of what's going on this time, again, as they are dominating the Ivy League championships, and nobody should be surprised by this. So let's read here. Transgender swimmers Lia Thomas and Iszac Henig had the top 2 times in the 800-yard freestyle in the Ivy League swimming and diving championships on Wednesday night. Penn Thomas and Yale's Henig started the events for their respective squads. Thomas, who transitioned from male to female, got a bit of a challenge from Henig, who is transitioning from female to male and competing as a woman. Thomas swam behind Henig for much of the first leg before the next Penn swimmer jumped into the water. Thomas was barely in first place after the first leg, finishing with a 1 minute and 44.50 seconds, while Henig had 1 minute 44 and 65 seconds in the 2 fastest splits of the competition. Neither team, though, will win the overall race, with Harvard rallying for the victory. Yale finished second, and Penn's team, which also includes Margaret Kazarowski, Anna Sophia Kalandadze, and Bridget O'Leary, finished third. Okay, so here's the thing. Obviously, Lia Thomas swimming is unfair, right? And we're going to talk about that. But, you know, when it comes to the other transgender swimmer, Iszac Henig, to be consistent, I really can't say much because allegedly this person is a woman that is transitioning to a man, okay? And I'm for either competing based off your biology or competing against other transgenders. That's what I'm for, right? So this person is competing based off their biology, which is what Lia Thomas should be doing. Now, allegedly, Iszac Henig isn't taking testosterone yet, even though this person cut off their breast, okay? So with that being said, I mean, you know, ain't really all that much I can really say, okay? Now, if they are taking testosterone, then it's different, right? But otherwise, it's like, well, they're competing based off their biology, even if they are trans. Ain't really all that much I can say about that. Again, as long as they're not taking testosterone, which, I mean, this person right here, you know, looks to be a very, very, very manly looking woman. So, I mean, who knows at this point? Now, Lia Thomas set a record at this event, specifically in the 500-yard freestyle at these Ivy League championships. So let's read here. University of Pennsylvania transgender swimmer Lia Thomas won the women's 500-yard freestyle at the Ivy League championships Thursday, setting a new pool record. Thomas, who transitioned from male to female, became an Ivy League champion with a time of 4 minutes 37.32 seconds in the women's event, the best time ever recorded at Harvard University's Blodgett pool. All right, so this person set another record, okay? So yeah, let's actually watch Lia Thomas dominate the competition.
It might be Penn going 1-2 with Baroker making the turn, currently in second place. And over the last half of the pool, nobody will touch Lia Thomas.
Nobody.
Who will finish at 4:37.32. Lia Thomas, Ivy League champion in the 500 free. Second place to Catherine Baroker, another top.
So, if you understand here, right, that this person was just flat out chilling. Right, look at this. I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this. When you start the video, there's literally nobody. Nobody. Not even coming close. Okay, if you guys ever played a sport, right, specifically like a track and field sport or a sport like swimming, usually, you know, the difference between first and second place is maybe a split second, right? Maybe a couple seconds at most. I mean, this person just dominated. I think this person dominated and won by like 7 seconds. You know how long that is? You know how long that is? Okay? I mean, this person could have had coffee, could have took a lunch break, could have ate a sandwich, could have did all types of stuff before the next person finished second, right? Which, you know, the next person, since it's a biological female, she actually finished first, right? If it wasn't for the unfair competition. But the point of my video, guys, is this, honestly, to be quite honest with you. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of talking about this. Okay, I really am. Because I feel like we're fighting an uphill battle at this point that the people that are most affected by this don't want to fight, right? Which is the women that are actually being discriminated against and that are competing against people who have an unfair advantage against them, right? I am sick and tired of all we're saying from these females that are competing, the biological women that are competing against these transgender swimmers. I'm sick and tired of them coming out here and anonymously saying, oh, we don't like this. This is terrible. Leah Thomas did, Leah Thomas that. But it's all anonymous, right? You're not showing your face. You're not putting out any video. You're not putting a name behind it. It's all anonymous, right? And for whatever reason, you know, this person keeps dominating. But yet, again, all you get is just, oh, anonymous complaints, right? If these women actually was standing up for their beliefs, this event should have been boycotted. Why even compete in the championships knowing that you're going to get smoked, right, by somebody that has an unfair advantage against you? Why even compete? Why would you compete? Why was there not a boycott of this event? I don't understand. And this is why I'm frustrated, because I feel like you have conservative commentators that care more about this than the women that are actually competing. And that's sad. That's sad. Because I can't care more than they care, right? If you don't care, then why should I care, right? Why don't just continue to let Leah Thomas and friends dominate the competition? Who cares at this point? Who cares? The women competing, they don't seem to care enough. And I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, I might get canceled, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear it. You know why I don't want to hear it? Because a majority of America agrees that this is unfair. All it takes is for these women, okay, who allegedly a majority of them are against this, is for them to come out together as one and reveal themselves and say, hey, we refuse to compete as long as we have to compete against people that have an unfair advantage against us. That's all they got to do. And what will happen is that the rest of society will stand up and stand behind them, okay? But as long as they're not doing that, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. Because again, if most of society's behind you, it's hard to cancel somebody when most people agree with you. The problem is that people get canceled when society doesn't speak up. That's how people get canceled, right? And these women are getting canceled because they're afraid of getting canceled. That is what's happening right now. What these girls have to realize is that the whole swimming team can't be canceled, right? All of women's college athletics can't be canceled. If all the women stood up and said, we refuse to compete under these circumstances, guess what? Either you got to cancel the whole sport or you capitulate to the women's demands, right? And I guarantee you a majority of society will stand behind those women. And then the mob at that point will be what the mob always was, which is a small group of people who are going to scream, oh, transphobia, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. They're going to say that, but they're going to be in the minority, okay? They're going to be in the minority. Because the honest to God truth is that you should either compete based off your biology or you should compete among people who are also trans, right? That is fair, okay? But I don't want to hear this thing about, oh, I'm afraid of being canceled, blah, 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 whatever. I don't care, right? And one of the reasons I don't care is because as a black conservative, I come up here every single day and say things that black people don't agree with. A lot of black people don't agree with, okay? And guess what? I have to deal with the social consequences of that, right? But it's something that I deal with and I accept because at the end of the day, this is what I believe, and I have no issues standing behind my beliefs and putting a face behind my beliefs because I have strong convictions behind my beliefs. And if these women beliefs aren't strong enough and their convictions aren't strong enough to put a name and a face behind the things that they're allegedly saying behind closed doors, then why should I care? Why should I care? You know what I'm saying? Why do I need to continue to put my time and energy into speaking out for people who don't want to speak up for themselves? Because coming out and anonymously talking junk about Leah Thomas, that's not enough. That's easily ignored, right? That's hearsay. That's not solid. That's not concrete. But revealing your face, revealing your name, putting out a video, standing together, that's concrete. That's concrete. That's what we need. But until then, nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing will happen. So with that being said, again, I'm tired of talking about this story. I'm tired of covering it. Again, mainly because the people that are most affected by this won't even speak up for themselves publicly. So with that being said, hopefully I don't talk about this again. I probably will, because who knows? Women swimming, they probably got like an NCAA national championship or something. Leah Thomas will probably be in it. So I'll probably have to talk about it at that point again. But again, I'm just making this video to point out that I'm honestly just sick and tired of this. If women's sports is gonna basically be destroyed, right? And women aren't gonna speak up about it while it's happening, again, why should I speak up? I don't have that much skin in the game, right? I don't have that much skin in the game. Outside of, if I had a daughter one day, which I hope I don't in today's society, right? I wouldn't want her being roughed up by a man while she's trying to play sports. I'm speaking up based off principles, based off the fact that I actually care about this. Feminists ain't speaking up about it, right? The people that actually claim that they care about women's rights so much, they're not speaking up about it. So again, feminists ain't speaking up about it. The girls that are competing ain't speaking up about it. Then, hey, why should I care? Why should I care? And I hate for it to be like that. I really do. I really do. But, hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.